My C*M bucket mom ruined my life. She decided to take two schlongs at once and got us kicked out. I am 16 years old with two younger sisters. Our biological father was a deadbeat. He left my mom when she was pregnant with me, came back 6 years later, and said he wanted to make amends and that we could be a happy family. Somehow, my mom immediately started saying that she loved him, but he left after mom got pregnant again. Then 2 years later he came back. I cried and begged my mom to not let him into our lives because I hated him. Well, he said the same thing. My mom also said she loved him, and then he left after she got pregnant again. He used her as a breeding machine, and she just let him like a dumb SS. My mom was a waitress, so the four of us lived in a small one-bedroom apartment. My mom made me take care of my sisters. They even started calling me dad. I had to correct them right away before I got incest accusations. Sometimes, we wouldn't eat breakfast or dinner because we couldn't afford it. Other times, I didn't eat anything so my sisters could eat. My mom met another man, 45, a year after my youngest sister was born. He was a good man for my mom Savannah. His wife and daughter had died in an accident a long time ago when he was in his 20s. He met my mom when he was ready to date again. It was like some cheesy rom-com. He was our savior. He is a really good man and treated us like his own children, and I consider him my father. He was very wealthy and owned multiple businesses. We eventually moved into his huge mansion-like house. I also had a better school there. We three siblings got our own rooms, and I got better clothes, played video games for the first time in my life, and a bunch of other things. He taught me things that helped me catch up in school because I could not do well in my previous school. He spent a lot of time with the three of us. My sisters eventually started calling him dad. I followed shortly after. I remember him crying, hugging us, and telling us he loved us when we called him dad for the first time. They eventually got married, and dad asked me to be one of his groomsmen. Of course, I said yes while my sister was my mom's bridesmaid. Mom stayed at home to take care of us. As far as I know, they were very happy together. They went on dates at least once in 2 weeks, kissed each other frequently, and always told each other that they loved each other. He also knew about mom's past and realized she had issues and got her into counseling. I was really happy that my mom had finally found someone who treated her well. I was also very happy for myself and my siblings. Siblings and really loved him. He also said that he would pay for college for the three of us. My dream is to become a doctor, and I never thought it would be possible cause it was so expensive and I was so freaking happy. Mom also told me she was very lucky to have found him and that she loves him and is very grateful for how he has made her and our lives better. Well, last year, in July, Dad discovered that my mom was having an affair with his best friend, who was also the best man at their wedding. Apparently, the affair was going on for a long time. I do not know exactly how long. Mom cried and begged him to give her another chance. He didn't, understandably. He let us keep all the new things, such as clothes for me and toys for my sisters. When I went to him crying and asking him why he was leaving us, he just hugged me and told me about Mom's affair. He said the affair was too painful and that he could not be in this marriage anymore, and then said that he loved me and my sisters. My sisters do not know about the affair. I do not think they will understand. He got a prenup, so Mom did not get anything that wasn't hers. Dad just had to pay the rent of a new apartment until the divorce was finalized. We stayed in a decent apartment, but after the divorce was done, we moved into a much smaller apartment. I tried to be in contact with him, but it does not seem like he wants a relationship with me. He has never responded to my messages. I sent a final letter to him last year in December, thanking him for everything he did for me and my sisters and that I loved him and would remember him forever. So now we're back to a one-bedroom apartment, skipping meals and barely being able to afford anything. I sleep on the floor now. My sisters share a bed while my mom uses another. Mom is a waitress again. I've also taken a part-time job at a grocery store to help with money. I just hate my mom so much right now. I only took the job to help my sisters. I have also stopped talking to Mom. Recently she came crying to me and told me that she was sorry for ruining everything and she wanted me to talk to her. I broke down and just said, I don't understand. Why did you cheat on him? He was taking such good care of you and the three of us. He was also going to send us to college. For the first time in my life, I was happy. You have destroyed my life. Why do you always have to ruin everything? You already did that twice when you let Bio father back in my life. I hate you. I never want to talk to you again. You're just for the streets. She was crying a lot after I said that. I am going to admit what I said was pretty rude, but at that time I was just so angry. I just hate her so much right now. I just wish she died a very painful death. These thoughts are the only things in my head. It's making me go insane and I know it's not normal. I read online that therapy would be useful, but we can't even afford food on most days, so we don't have insurance. All I can think about is how she ruined everything. He didn't even ask for much. Mom was living such a luxurious life and was just at home taking care of her own biological children. I just miss him so much. Even my sisters keep asking when they're going back home or when they'll see Dad again. They've also started crying and asking for Dad a lot of times this past year. I just don't know what to do anymore. I am so frustrated and just angry at everything. I wish I could run from here, but if I did, who would take care of my siblings? That stupid mother can't do crap.